Today we are talking about developing your characters and your narrative. I've looked at your Google Doc of what you've started for your narrative, and I've left a little bit of feedback, so you can take a look at that. But I think we need to focus on developing the character so then the reader really understands who they are and the way they think. And so we are going to be filling out this developing the people in a narrative for your two main characters, because I'm going to guess that many of you have the landlady as a major character as well as Billy Weaver. And so I'm going to show you what I filled out for my sample using a prequel to The Grinch. So this is completely made up. So you'll need out your blue plot diagram for your story over the sequel to The Landlady. So let me show you my plot diagram. So if you take a look here, you can see that this is a prequel to The Grinch. So we just made up what happened, a story about what happened before the original Grinch Stole Christmas. And so you can see that we've just made up the setting is taking place at school, the Grinch's house. Major characters are the Grinch and Max. Minor characters are the robbers, the Grinch's teacher, and the Grinch's parents. And then the major conflict or problem in the story is up at the top, and it says the Grinch's house is robbed on Christmas Eve. So if we come over here to the exposition, it's where the Grinch is baking cookies and singing carols. The Grinch flashes back to his favorite Christmas. The rising action is where the Grinch decorates the house and gets ready for Santa. Up to the climax, where the robbers enter the Grinch's house and steal all the presents. The falling action is where the Grinch wakes up to a trashed house and no presents. And the end of our story is where the Grinch goes to Whoville and makes a scene of accusing Whovians of stealing all his presents. And he says, "You will pay." So based off of what we've come up with here on our plot diagram, I came up with some ideas. So I just brainstormed what my main character, the Grinch, so I would do Max as well because he's a major character, but just for time's sake, I just did the Grinch. And I had to come up with some words that the Grinch is going to say in my story based off of my plot diagram and some thoughts that he's going to have, what he thinks. And so I came up with, he's going to say, "Merry Christmas to all. I love Christmas. I am on Santa's nice list." He thinks back to his favorite Christmas. He says, "Who could have done something like this?" at the end of the story when he finds that the robbers have stolen all the presents. And he also says, "Those crazy Whovians, I bet they took all the presents." The next column is I have to come up with actions that the Grinch takes or his interactions with other people in the story. So I said that he cheerfully sings carols, he reminisces about his favorite Christmas, he drives like a crazy man to Whoville, and he yells and screams in the town square about the stolen gifts. Our last column, I have to come up with how other people react to my character, the Grinch, and how they respond to the Grinch. So I said that the robbers believe he has lots of beautiful gifts to steal. I said that the Whovians are terrified of him when he yells and blames others about his ruined Christmas. So you are going to complete this blank plot diagram. I'm sorry, not plot diagram. Developing the people in a narrative worksheet for your two main characters. You do not need to sketch out a picture of them, as that's not really important to getting your thoughts down on paper as to what the characters say and what they think, how they act or interact with others, and what others how others react to them and how they respond to them. So when you are done filling this out for your two main characters, you need to raise your hand and wait for me to come to you to check it, and I will check it off in my gradebook, and then you can pick up typing where you left off.